Welcome, all you hip, cool cats. My name is Kit, and welcome, one and all, to Chicago Reacts. Please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that ring bell notification. That way, all of you are made aware when we upload new content onto our YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure all of you are really happy with some of the new changes we're making. Plus, hey, listen, we want to get feedback from all of you, so that's right, I'm talking to you, our viewers and subscribers. Please give us your feedback, your thoughts on some of the changes we're making, and also if there's any kind of fun YouTube videos you want us to react to. We are posting a lot of content on our community page here on our YouTube channel and so much more. So yes, we do read the comments, but in order for us to grow and improve as a channel, we would like that's right, your feedback. So as always, we're very appreciative of our growing audience. Plus, check it out. We also have a Discord. But enough of all that. Let's talk about a video we're going to be reacting to. So I'm proud to say that we are going to be reacting to a content creator that is the example of humanitarian aid, compassion, nobility. That's right, SsethTzeentach. And we are going to be reacting to Illegitimate Offspring Bonds Review Testosterone Edition trademark. So, as always, what I want to say to all of our viewers and subscribers, please support the original content creators because a lot of time and effort is made into editing these videos. So, please do the right thing, be a hip, cool cat, and support the original content creators. But without further ado, that's right. And I hope you're staying hydrated and drinking some water. Delicious. Let's go ahead and pull up the video, and since I'm in charge of the ones and twos, that's right, I'm in charge of the ones and twos. Let's get ready to react to this awesome video. It is again titled Illegitimate Offspring Bonds Review, Testosterone Edition trademark. So, let's pull up this video and get ready to play it in 3, a 2, and a 1.
Hey people.
Oh.
Ask yourself this question. Why do people hate on the shonen protagonist? On self-improvement in general, acting as if self-actualization and personal growth are just...
Oh, that guy. All right, so I have seen the memes. You know, that's my Metal Gear Revengeance. But I have seen the memes of the individual in question in the background. And folks, look, I'm all for self-improvement. That's key. But stay away from illegal chemicals or other substances. So, you know, because there are long-term consequences and repercussions. So if you're going to improve yourselves, go with the old natural way. There you go. That's some lessons from old Kit Kat, okay? There you go. Because even I'm trying to improve myself too, but some of those chemicals and other things, they're no bueno.
Just schemes designed to make you leave your mother's basement. Well, I have a newsflash for you. All the stuff you thought was cool as f at 12 still is. Large men screaming and punching each other to the tune of poorly compressed power metal is the peak of literature.
That's old school Dragon Ball. I think the one video that always will stand out in my memory is the first Broly movie. Now look, I think if we all look back in antiquity, in the old days of voice dubs, voice actors, you know, there was a lot of stuff they were trying to do in the 90s and the early 2000s, okay? It was a crazy time, Gen Z, and the next generation that will follow after Gen Z. Those were crazy times. People didn't know what to do in this new frontier, and let's face it, anime was something else entirely different. For the initiated, you know what I'm talking about, so there you go. But there we go.
For was it not written in Leviticus 18:22? If one is born a man, at least once in this life, he will dream of being the strongest man alive. So let me take you on a little cruise, and I'll show you what you've been missing out on. Bastard Bonds takes the award for, especially if you use Discord.
Wait, hold on. I saw a game that this plays close to my heart. Hold on.
Missing out on. Bastard Bonds.
Oh, there's Stray. Shout out to the people who actually remember, you know, when I used to play on Chicago Plays on Twitch. Rest in peace, B12. From the window to the wall. You will be remembered. That was a fun game to play. I hope someday to return back to playing to the realm of video games and so much more. So much more. Let's sigh.
Takes the award for especially if you use Discord overlay. It's been subtle, but none of my homies turn their backsides to me anymore. In fear. What others may see in Videospiele, dripping in sweat and homoeroticism, is actually a fairly deep and well-crafted RPG. The game setting is loosely based on the country of Australia, full of sodomites, murderers, and people who engage in character development. There's also a great variety of creatures from every mythos imaginable, from otters to bears to people who watch JoJo. Ever since I found out HelloFresh is using monkey labor to collect coconut milk, I have never been more excited to do a HelloFresh sponsorship. Hit me up. I am the only pro-monkey slave trade creator on this platform. I will make you so proud. You have no idea. Unfortunately, they are no longer responding to my email.
What a sigh. How sad. Let's sigh. Let's sigh. But you know what? I say give SsethTzeentach a chance, and he'll make you a commercial, the likes of which even God hasn't seen.
So I have to settle for a much higher quality sponsor instead. Listen, I am
By the way, I feel so sorry for anyone that believed. No, not sorry. I would be embarrassed if I was a person that believed in that established title scam. Same thing with the Kamikoto knives. I mean, come on. Kamikoto's was headquarters in Hong Kong. Now, look, I'm not a geographical expert, okay? I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty sure, and I'm confident. And hey, why don't you correct me if I'm wrong? Hong Kong and Japan, two different things altogether. Type your responses in the comment section below. I want to hear your feedback.
Literally paid to distract you from important issues so my masters can better control you while you dance for bread and circus. Of course I endorse everything I say. As my rabbi always used to say, let's get this over with. It's about 5% off at top. You're not gonna remember. Just like a young man locked in the throes of passion with a certified BBW from a project narrowly avoids fatherhood, established titles have pulled out from this sponsorship. Let's make this very clear. Every sponsorship I ever take is a complete work of fiction. Let the words pass through you and go about your life. I'm just here to bleed corporations dry. Do not believe a single thing I say. Before I continue, there's a button in the options menu, which, if I ever click, gets me instantly demonetized. You begin as a newly incarcerated inmate in the most meticulous and deep
I'm sorry, what?
I've ever seen in a game. I know. I was surprised too when I learned the target demographic of this game. Then you get to the fun part, your prison sentence, in which you get to pick your favorite crime. There's nearly 30 options, but unfortunately, you can't multi-class. What?
Oh boy. This video sure is a landmine. But let's not worry about it too much, folks. Let's push forward and see where this oh my goodness, let's see what the crimes. I know not, desertion, forgery, racketeering, necromancy, cannibalism. Well, these are all horrible crimes. Well, let's see where this ship crash lands.
Do these decide? Does the game ever tell you? Nope. So in the spirit of fairness, I won't either. Then you either confess or deny your guilt. This will affect your character's alignment. And then the game begins. And based on a number of factors I don't have time to explain, you get your first party member. Lawful characters get a parole officer. Sex criminals get a fellow reprobate to tag along with. And mixed race couples get bailed out by their 7-foot-tall orc GF. Of all the backgrounds, necromancy still haunts me to this day. Because one of my favorite characters, yeah, he tries to free you, gets his neck snapped by an inmate, and how do you reward this act of compassion? You resurrect his lifeless corpse to serve you for the rest of the game. Now's a good time to explain character stats. The system stretches wide and deep. Columns are your stereotypical archetypes. Top, bottom, top.
Oh boy, here we go.
Bottom, and
well, I can assure you all that the middle character is not a girl, so there you go. All right, so that's something we can address right now, and let's just keep on pushing forward. But let me go ahead and throw this hand grenade to the audience. Have you played this fantastic game? Give me your feedback, your thoughts. Yes, I've said this before. I just don't have time to play video games anymore. Long do I wish for my teenage and 20s where I didn't have responsibilities and other things to worry about. But, you know, those days are kind of gone until I could get things a little bit more situated. So regale me with tales of adventure. Is there any kind of lore details that SsethTzeentach might be forgetting? Type your comments in the section below. I fear that this ship is going to crash land onto some more questionable shores. Everyone hang tight.
And switch. Rows are your proficiencies: giving, receiving, and jelking.
Wait.
It's fairly straightforward once you get the hang of it. Anytime you put a point into a stat, everything in the same row and column receive some of a runoff. There is no traditional class or gender role. Essentially, everything is running off the same rules as you, and you always have the ability to respec. So experimentation is not only encouraged, it's mandatory. Once you get past a quick tutorial, you are thrust into the main map. You'll notice two things once you get to the open world. The world
Well, I will say this. For a continent that's supposed to resemble Australia, there's a big water, lake, freshwater source there. So not too bad. The desert isn't all-consuming. Hey, by the way, to our Australian audience, if we do have any members from Australia, what part of Australia are you from? Type in the comment section below. There you go.
world is very open, and you have nowhere to lift. This game follows the Lord of the Locker Room 4th edition rule set, which states if you beat the absolute shit out of everyone on the map, you can invoke squatter rights and claim it as your gym of operations. But who's gonna staff this hunk dungeon? I'm glad you asked. The game has a sizable bestiary, and as long as you've got bench space in your stronghold, you can recruit nearly every creature in this game. Hulking giants, strapping centaurs, bear tigers, even women. They all respond to the same style of friendship I used in primary school. I threw a rock at their head, and we both got detention. Similarly, you assert your dominance, and after a brief snuggle, the enemy might hesitate. You can then ask them for two things: your money or your cummy. I just like to say thank you to Established Titles for sponsoring this. Increases your.
By the way, folks, look, here's the thing about established titles. We all know it's a scam. But in the views of Chicago Reacts, all of you are kings and queens in your own right. And you could put that on your passport for free. And if anyone asks or anyone questions, you just tell them that Chicago Reacts said that you're a king or queen. Whatever one you feel comfortable with. Who am I to decide, right? So there you go. Type in the comment section below. Let me know if that works. You know, you put that on your passport. Let me know. This is going to be an experiment. I'm probably like 6 months down the road. I'll probably get a comment section like either one. Hey, Kit, turns out my passport, I call myself a king. It worked. Or I'll be like, you bastards, no one believed me, and I was detained. Let's see where this goes in 6 months.
Your manpower, which dictates how large of a gym you can currently run. Also, holding a thug for ransom is literally your bread and butter. It's how you earn money. Listen, this is a prison island. We are not good people. Much like everything else, this game tells you absolutely nothing about a monster until you actually recruit it. Not even its actual HP.
Guess.
So, you're gonna have to tiptoe the fine line of all alcoholic fathers. Beat them just enough to listen, but not enough to summon Child Protective Services.
Okay.
Looking for creatures with a particular skill, command. There's several in the game, the earliest of which will be a hag. After you've wined and dined on Primo Grossi, you now have the best recruiter in the entire game.
That's because command allows you to understand anything or anyone, regardless of language or intelligence. Think of an amulet of monkey speak from RuneScape, but instead we use it to convince slime girls to let us hot dog their gelatin and join our ranks. Giant golem.
Just be sure to ask Consensually. There you go. Again, folks, for those who play the game, is there any other details that I need to know about? Because all of a sudden now I fear we're stepping on some very questionable landmines. Type it in the comment section below. Oh boy. Hang on, folks. We're not out of the woods yet.
Blocking a vault, now he's my personal valet. Dragon, ruling his cave, now he's my personal sriracha dispenser. Horrific abomination composed of nothing but limbs, eyes, and genitalia? Yeah, that's Gary, he runs the soup kitchen. If you can beat something into a pulp, you can make it part of a team. As Machiavelli famously said, it is better to beat off a minotaur than to be beaten by the minotaur. Anyway, now you have a full commission list of fur affinity tags rolling with a squad. How does that help our gains? Well, every member of your band contributes manpower. This is the statistic you need to acquire more Lebensraum, if you will. Generally, if someone's good at murder, they're terrible at housework. Look, somebody has to wipe down after the unspeakable happens.
Well, someone's got to clean up the mess. Unfortunately, the crap all rolls downhill.
So, you're gonna need some indentured servants, which is still okay to say on YouTube because the Irish are not yet recognized as part of a human race. And to quote Albert Einstein, even if they were, the only thing they're racing towards is the finish line. Throughout the island, you'll find many extravagant locals. There's a fairly common recurring enemy. They're called thralls. Essentially, unpaid interns, but for life. So, you basically go into a World Economic Forum hideout, beat the shit out of every hedge fund manager, and then, when thralls are the only thing left, you tell them you aren't free so much as under new management. Since areas scale to your level, which isn't the default option, and please, for the sake of your homies' glutes, change level progression to leader instead of band. Because those levels scale with your leader, recruiting a fresh batch of serfs every now and then will keep your bases expanding fast with the least amount of grind possible. So, you got a bunch of bad bitches, you're girl bossing it up. What's the point of this game? Well, in a complete subversion of traditional JRPGs, your primary objective and the last...
I wasn't a huge fan of that that way of storytelling in Last of Us 2. Just it didn't sit well with me. By the way, hold on. Let me let me reopen this wound. What are your thoughts on Last of Us 2? I'm pretty sure all of you shared your opinions already when the game came out, but I didn't like it that much. Anyways, that's just me. Give me your thoughts. Positive, negative. Your feedback is needed.
Last thing you do is get a boat and get the fuck off this island. You're left to figure out for yourself how you plan to do that. The world map is completely open and can be approached from many directions with many interesting and varied locations. From serene forests with soothing music, to brothels, to bathhouses, to a Silent Hill horror sequence, to literal giant anuses used for fast travel. Or, as I like to call them, one developer's poorly disguised fetish. There's a lot of unique characters, events, side quests, and lore to keep you entertained as you slowly realize this island isn't just a prison for its inmates, it's a tomb for your jailers as well. We can enter, but someone or something has its tendrils around our collective chodes, and we cannot leave. Combat. Combat is quick and snappy and about as deep as a puddle. As everybody works off your rules, you'll catch on how it works pretty quickly. Mainly, combat is a dance between two options. Take an action, or hold shift and take risk. It's a delicate balance of risk versus reward. Essentially, you're going to be the caboose of any train if you don't go balls out as often as possible. Risk lets you make...
When in doubt, pull them out. There you go. I guess that's the motto of the game. For those who played the game, please, again, your feedback. Regale us with tales of victory or defeat if you've played this game.
Multiple moves by the same character on the same turn, but each time you do, there's a higher chance of punishment. Each time your risk meter overloads, you instantly fail your move and are left in a state I refer to as submissive and breedable. So you can choose to either minimize your risk, play it safe, or...
When playing the game, you want to be the breeder, not the breeded. There you go.
push your luck as deep as it goes. My personal team build consists of a daddy dom, a power bottom, a service top, and an ally. There's a lot of customization and options. Beating someone to death with a legendary multi-hit bow is just as viable as shooting it. As your enemies scale up in late game, many fights boil down to the equivalent of getting jumped in between classes, something I'm all too familiar with. Some bullies will pull up, hold your friend down as they slap the books out of his hands, and proceed to beg for their lives as you reach into your backpack. This game's systems are occult and esoteric. I encountered many soft locks, exploits, and glitching AI. Some might call this organic. You know what else is organic? Brain tumors. I've now had 2 people play through the entire game without a single gay encounter, which, I'm not complaining. I just feel a little cheated, that's all. There's something I should clarify before we pull out the crusty socks. This game has a certain stigma behind it, as the funny gay sex Baldur's Gate. In fact, the gay sex is hidden behind something called romance. You actually have to form a connection with someone, learn their feelings and aspirations, and become closer to them in both body and soul.
Okay.
After years of camaraderie, you confess your feelings for each other, and what do you get? A few nice words and a friendship bracelet. So yes, you'll probably have to play with 2 guides open, and you'll have to figure out the rest by trial and error. However, with a little bit of effort and determination, you'll find a game that's worth the jokes and concern expressed by your friends for playing it. In closing, Bastard Bonds is a game with a lot of heart. In a bodybuilder community, heart is very important. You know, everyone always focuses on abs and cum gutters, the ability to submit an Astolfo cosplayer at a glance, but they often overlook cardio. Looking like a character out of Baki might get you a lot of attention, but a good heart, both physically and metaphorically, will do you much better in the long run. So, why did I cover—
You know what? I've never seen that series, Baki the Grappler. Is it something I should check out? Would it be something we should react to? Please type your thoughts in the comment section below. We would like your feedback. Baki, is it worth it? Give us your feedback. This place is becoming madness.
This? Well, primarily to humiliate the sponsor, but no, I did have a reason. Maybe in our fear and stigmatization of homosexuality, we as men have lost something in the process. The ability to stand up and proclaim our love for one another as friends and comrades. We're so scared of how we appear, we've reduced ourselves to emotionally stunted husks. Look, I'm not here to preach, but maybe if each of us told another homie that we genuinely care about them, maybe we would not be half as depressed and pathological as we are right now. It's easy to forget yourself. I've been there many times, and each time the pit is just as empty and bottomless as it was before. In my paralysis, it is only because of the people closest to me that I remind myself I can climb out of it. Anyway, Merry Christmas!
Hey, you know what? Sometimes it's okay to tell a friend, hey, you respect them, and that you're glad that they're part of your lives. And I'm going to be serious here for a second. Look, we're all stuck on this planet that's understandably out of our control. Who knows where we're all heading? But enjoy the time that you have with the people that are in your lives. And tell them how you really feel about them. Because maybe that might put a smile on your face. Okay? We're not here for forever. We're only here for a short amount of time, and then that's it. We're gone. No person is guaranteed a full life. So, take care of your family and friends. And be a good neighbor. That's some words of advice from old Kit Kat from Chicago Reacts.
Happy New Year. Look after each other, because it makes the pain of this world, life, and existence just a little bit more bearable. As always, more content to come next year. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. Thank you for your continued faith and support, and have a good one. Epilogue. This is not the main part of the video, but if you're currently gooning, you may continue to do so. Due to time constraints, because originally sponsors wanted this on the 10th, I got help for this video. I'm proud to say I've assembled a small team. I have employed an ex-felon and a crack addict to work for me. We have our own Scooby-Doo mystery machine.
That's great. You know what? Well done, SsethTzeentach. You're helping out the homeless and those that are struggling with addiction. That's fine by me in my book, I guess. Just be safe, you and your crew.
But instead of solving mysteries, we make people disappear. Now, watch this. Editor, please insert the animated gif of the obese woman crushing a platoon of army men with her stomach, with a caption, "Thank you for your service." Thank you. Please leave that on. I love smoking Janko. By selling out, I have bought my freedom. I don't have a concise explanation.
Oh, what did I just witness? You know what? I'm not going to ask questions. I'm just going to keep on. Does that say George Floyd creepypastas? Well, 50 plus breathtaking horror stories. Well, you know what? I'm not asking questions.
For the psychological reasoning behind this, just know that I fought long and hard about this, many nights, and considered my options between the fleeting, temporary relevance to and adoration of porn-addicted males on the internet, or money. And unfortunately, I chose the cash. Also, ever since people found out that our scam sponsor is a scam based out of Hong Kong, where I see that money, which is a shame, because it's a really good advert. In fact, let me show you.
Hey gang, you know what's a pretty fun concept? Feudalism. Back when times were simple and men even simpler, we all sort of agreed that whoever had the most land must have something going on. Now,
There you go.
People who own the most land are called investment firms. Back in the day, however, they were called lords or ladies. Look, I'm going to level with you. Society is heading towards a collapse one way or another.
Right.
And, between you and me, I feel our chances are better with neo-feudalism than a budget Amazon Prime version of Brave New World. That's why I teamed up with established titles for this video. The hip new way to integrate class warfare while also preserving nature in Scotland and helping reforestation efforts globally. It's based on the historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds, or lords and ladies in English. Full disclosure right off the bat, the title they give you, honorary at best, a conversation starter at most, technically bequeathing you no land, no wenches. However, you can use it for all your status-adjacent documents, credit cards.
You know, you want to be like Patrick Bateman. Sigma Alpha Giga Chad Supreme. There you go. You want to call yourself a lord? But guess what? I'll go one step further. All of you are kings and queens in my book.
Dating profiles, plane tickets, you name it. It makes for a great last-minute gift. Now, what it does, however, establish is that you are different. What made a lord back in the day? A divine mandate? The will of God? No. It was one guy who convinced a bunch of dirt farmers that, hey, you know what? If we have more dirt, we could probably get more bitches. That's right. I'm telling you that this title is the first step. A step towards establishing a dream. Our dream. Well, my dream, that men will control their own destiny. That's right, the first 200 people to sign up will be next to my land plot. We'll start small, 200 people, which sounds like nothing. But fun fact, did you know that there's at least 15 countries with absolutely no army? Also, the standing military force of Iceland is like 200 people. They have 4 planes and 4 ships. What I'm saying is, we have options. Okay, I feel like I might be losing some of you. You like trees, right? They're cool, right? They make air. Catch wayward drunk drivers in their warm embrace. And
Oh, Paul, rest in peace, buddy. And by the way, that tree has a nice thick snack, you know. So there you go. But oh boy, I wish they didn't keep on making the Fast and Furious series. You know, a little bit off tangent here, but when I saw the Fast and Furious film, you know, the most recent one, you know, I saw it much later when it was no longer in theaters because I had a friend see it for me. And she told me that they shot a car in space, and I refused to believe her. And then I texted her an apology because I thought she was just playing a joke with me. I was wrong.
And some of them don't even look half bad. Established Titles works with the charities One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future to support global reforestation. So, on top of seizing your own destiny, you can say, hey, I helped plant a tree. When they ask, where? You say, that's the fun part. It could be anywhere. So, what do you actually get in return for your hard-earned dollar? Warm feelings are nice and all. I need a receipt. You'll receive an official printed title with a unique plot number.
All a scam.
a preserve in Eddleton, Scotland, with any name you wish to canonize as a lord or lady. You know, some men need a push in the right direction. You think someone like Kim Jong-un wanted to be in charge? Of course not. He would rather be playing Genshin Impact and grooming kittens online. Greatness waits for no man, which is why it's time to start your legacy today. With Christmas just around the corner, they're running a Christmas special. Follow my link or use code SsethTzeentach at checkout for an extra 10% off. Think about it. What better gift can you give a king than a crown?
And with that, I bid you all farewell. I cannot wait to see the man-made horrors that await us for 2023. Remember, it's not a dystopia if you're living in one.
Okay, there you go. All right. Oops. All right. So there's a lot to unpack there. First, we learned a lesson. Definitely when it comes down to games, that game seems pretty questionable. I would have to say the overall message at the end I enjoyed more because, hey, let's face it, we're all stuck on this planet together, and yes, we are facing some unknown trials and tribulations in 2023, but Illegitimate Offsprings, Bonds, seems like a fun game. Please give me your feedback with your overall thoughts in playing the game. Let us know what exactly your experiences were like. And once again, a fun video from SsethTzeentach. As always, pushing the limit. No holds bars. So cheers to SsethTzeentach and all the other fun stuff as well. And always, we like to get feedback from you guys and gals, our hip, cool cats, and our viewing audience. As always, we are so grateful and thankful that all of you are supporting our channel and helping us grow. Please support the original content creators. And you know what? Tell your... oh, boy. Excuse me. Tell your friend that you love them. All the best to you. I'm out of here, and keep your heads on a swivel.